Hello and welcome. This is Beate Chelette, the growth architect and the founder of the Women's Code. Welcome to Show Up Like a Boss, 10 Days to Big Confidence. I sold a business to Bill Gates and yet I am a failure. So who here has ever failed? Who's made a mistake? Who's lost money? Who's believed in the wrong person? Who's been betrayed? See? I mean, literally everybody. You're all failures. Let's just start right. Because that's what smart women do. We look at the actual numbers. And I saw that there was 51% of one and 49% of the other. So who do you think is 51% of the American population? Women. Wait. Is it the minority? Or is it the majority? I know, I want to hear you say it. It is what? So now you explain to me. Why are women acting like a minority? Why do we even allow that we're being called a minority when we are in fact the majority of the American population? Once I was a single broke mom with $135,000 in debt. And I was able to turn that around. I cracked the code, and then I sold my business for millions of dollars to no other than Bill Gates.
You say there's a way of thinking called the Women's Code. What is that all about?
Well, the Women's Code really is about shifting our thinking because, what I really like about you, and I'm just going to say this, is you're so nice and cordial with each other. It looks like you're really collaborating. And I found that there's a very, very little information out there for women on how to be successful, have a family, wanting to look good, and because it's so much. So I wanted to create a code for women that says, hey, here's how we can work with each other. Here's how we can help each other to feel good, look good. Here's how we can support each other.
Instead of the backstabbing and the cattiness.
Men have done a great job. Men build 50% of the system. Think about this with me. If a system was built by men, for men, that had to work for men and for men alone, and men are 49% of the population, that would be half of a system, correct? But men are very nice, and then they said to women, how about you come into our half of the system? And women said, that's really wonderful, only to find out that that system does not work for us, especially for working mothers. And neither does it work for minorities. It works for the middle-aged white guy. Not that there's anything wrong, and they've done a great job. But now is the moment in time, in history, today, where we say it is time that we build the other half of the system to get to, finally, the 100%.
Why do you think we are bad negotiators, at least most women?
I think because we've never been taught to negotiate. It's not something that we grow up with. Life is a negotiation. Everything is a negotiation. We negotiate our leases, our cars. We negotiate with our moms, with our partners. We negotiate everywhere we go. So why can we not make this a skill set that is being taught girls, and boys, of course, but specifically women from a much earlier age, so we are more comfortable with it? The reason I tell you this story is not to tell you how great I am. The reason I tell you this story is because you have a starting point. Like when you want to go to the beach, right? And you want to take the public transportation system, the first thing you do is you figure out how to get there, right? So you look for the red dot that says you are here. And then you're going to pick the destination, Santa Monica Beach. So there's probably a couple ways to go there. You could take the bus, you could take the metro. So all you really need to know is where you are and where you want to go. And then you can map out the path. It doesn't matter where you are today. And let me just tell you, life is not fair. It is not fair. I don't care how tough it is, but if you know where you are and you know where you want to go, that ziggy-zaggy way on how to get there, sometimes that's all you need is have that vision in your head to get there. That is what I survived on. You write your story. The characters in your story are who they are. You have no influence over that. But how the story ends, that is on you.
As women, It is in our DNA to wanting to do everything all the time for ourselves, for everyone else. We're pleasers. We want everyone to be happy. And who is the one person at the end of the day who ends up not being happy? It's usually the woman.
The pursuit of happiness is all about is when you know what makes you happy, on whether that's chocolate ice cream or a cup of tea or a 20-minute bubble bath or something else, as long as you have that awareness that then when you do it, that you're doing something that makes you happy, that you then take that moment to really experience that happiness. And I promise you, that's how you sort of get that happiness back in your life.
Feminism came and changed everything. That was 50 years ago. So now, in 50 years, we were expected to figure out on how to have the pendulum swing from all the way over there, all the way over there, and figure out not just how the men did it, with the teamwork and the camaraderie and the collaboration, blah, 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 but to also be that and then have our old job and feel really good about ourselves in the process. Impossible. The reason we are where we are today and the reason I created the Women's Code and why I do my programs is because this is the piece of sanity that women have been missing. It's not possible because it doesn't exist. It's us now, today, for the first time. We are the first generation ever to even have had these opportunities.
Gender equality doesn't come from saying we have a one-size approach to everybody. Gender equality comes from saying this is where you are different, this is where you are different, this is where you need help, and here's where he needs help. So that we really get the recognition on our different skill set that it takes to build a business. It starts with what's in your head, the vision. Then we're translating that into a mission statement because you want to gear it specifically to your target audience. Should you start with marketing to people that have no money? Should you start marketing in your customer profiles to the people that have the most money? Yes. In business, oftentimes we are so in love with our own products or our own processes that we forget that it's about fine-tuning these processes to make them fit for our clients.
But each one of us has the opportunity to find her one way to be really, really successful. And you find it not by yourself, because it always takes a village. And when you meet someone you connect with, take that extra moment to really connect and to not be afraid of this person being a competitor, but a collaborator. If not you, who? And if not now, when? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.